Go to Ubud, they said en masse. If you want to experience the real Bali, get away from the beaches in the south and head for the hills, young man. Sorry, old man. I'm not a tourist site kind of guy. I'm not the sort of person who needs to tick off the wonders of the world, like the 10 must-see places to visit before you're bald. Oh, hang on. So I've only been to Angkor Wat twice, Taj Mahal twice, the Great Wall of China twice, the Colosseum in Rome twice, and the Grand Canyon twice. Okay, but apart from them, I don't visit a place feeling the need to be herded around like a flock of sheep in a tour group. I've visited Ubud before, albeit only once, on my first visit to Indonesia 32 years ago. So Ubud was due a second visit on my second trip to Indonesia. Has it changed? Boy, has it changed. You're not gonna like this, Ethel.
Hello, good morning, good evening, and welcome to Big World Cinema. Without further ado, we'll continue with what you're here for.
Top places to visit in Ubud town include the Sacred Monkey Forest Sanctuary, Sarawati Temple, the Water Palace, Ubud Traditional Art Market, Ubud Palace. Then outside the town are the Tegalalang Rice Terraces, the Kampuhan Ridge Walk and Teganugan Waterfall. I've got no idea which of these places I visited on my first visit 32 years ago, as I can't remember. Nowadays I prefer to just plod around the streets or scoot around the area, getting to know the feel of the town or city and tuning into the vibe. My taxi driver wasn't very chatty. His English wasn't great, and when I first got in the car he asked the standard questions. No doubt he asks every tourist who sits in the back of the car, such as where are you from and how many days in Bali? And that was it. I'm not keen on robotic conversations where you can tell people are just going through the motions, so our communication quickly petered out. So I sat, lost in my thoughts. So far in Bali, I'd spent 5 nights in Kuta, plus 2 nights in Canggu, which hadn't been great. Bali hadn't delivered so far. When I arrive in a new town or city, I don't know exactly how long I'm going to stay. I have an idea of how many days I'm going to stay, but that's just a rough idea. If I like the place, I stay longer. When I feel that place has nothing more to offer, I leave. I do the same with my accommodation. Book a hotel for 1 night online before I arrive there, then extend the next day if I like it. I remember turning up at one guest house in Kerala, India, and the guy asking me how long I'd be staying. I've got no idea, I replied. He was flabbergasted. How could you not know? He asked. Everyone knows. Not me, I said. I left that guest house the following day. know how many guest houses and hotels there are in Ubud? Thousands, between 3,000 and 4,000. Believe it or not, I'm quite picky where I lay my head at night. I might not be picky about what I put in my mouth, but where I stay is more of an issue with me. I spent 80% of my day in my hotel room. "What do you do all day?" said one of my viewers, not realising that YouTube videos don't generate themselves. "I need good internet. I need a desk and comfortable chair, somewhere clean. I like to be quite central in town, so I can walk to nearby places to eat. I like balconies, a fridge and kettle if possible. Not asking too much, am I?" So I read reviews religiously on Agoda and Booking.com. I must have sifted through at least a couple of hundred guest houses in Ubud, rejecting them all for some reason or another, many with damp, mould or unclean issues, which is a typical complaint in Bali. Many of the hotel reviews I cross-checked on both Agoda and Booking.com. I'd pinpointed the area of Ubud on the map that I wanted to stay and had been through most of them in that area. I'd almost given up. Agung Trishna bungalows came up. I don't know how I missed it earlier. The prices were slightly above what I'd recently been paying in Kuta and Canggu, but it looked good and the reviews were great too.
So this is the busy Monkey Road, and then my place is just off it. It's amazing what you find in Indonesia, just off busy roads. So the bungalows are all set in this beautiful garden. And my room is up here. I have a shared balcony. And this is my room. As soon as you walk in, there is a fridge, then a desk, then my bed, and then a dressing table here. So bathroom, wardrobe with hangers, yes. Sexy man in the mirror. Basin, it's quite high. And then bathroom. You look at the toilet and you think, oh no, there's no bum gun. But there is. It has a lever at the side, one of those Japanese contraptions. Brilliant. And towels to match the decor. Now whilst you're sitting on the throne, you can stare at this wall and start hallucinating, which I've done many a time.
Walked for about half an hour along the main streets of Ubud. There's not many bars I've found so far. This is my first evening that cater for, how I say, like the cheaper end of the spectrum. So I googled bars in Ubud. There's lots of places along the main drag selling cocktails, selling beers. Beers were starting at 55,000 rupiah. It's not the sort of place that caters for the Kuta market, where in the back streets of Kuta you'll find lots of bars that are cheap prices. There doesn't seem to be many places like that here. I don't know if the world is changing and places are trying to cater for more upmarket tourists.
Hello.
Oh, that looks great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Terima kasih. I have curry as usual because I love a curry. Chicken curry with vegetables. Beautiful. And I have yellow rice. I think it's about 55 rupiah, which is what I'm talking about. If you go to places like Siem Reap or Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, you'll find lots and lots of bars, cheap bars on the street. Modern day Bali is trying to cater for more upmarket tourists, but it's early days yet. I had my large bintang, 55 rupiah and half a glass of ice. I had to get Google Translate to ask if the ice is filtered. Stopped at a place just before and it was 55,000 rupiah for a small beer, and then I paid 55,000 rupiah for a large beer. So this is what I'm talking about. Cheaper places. Where are they in Ubud? Bon appetit. Gotta admit, this is pretty amazing. The chicken is just so succulent, and the curry sauce is beautiful. I stumbled across a great place. I'm so fortunate. After my first night, I walked over to the landlord's dwelling in the grounds to extend my stay. The husband who I'd met the first day wasn't there, but his wife said that newcomers would be taking my bedroom, so I'd need to change rooms. Thank goodness! At my current room, my Hungarian neighbour had been chatting loudly on his phone into the early hours, so I'd not had a good night's sleep. So I was happy to be moved to a new room, sharing a balcony with a different neighbour, albeit a beautiful blonde European female around 30 years of age, who totally blanked me for the next 3 days. When I said good morning, she grunted out a response as if to say, "Don't talk to me, Grandad." No doubt she'd seen me observing her swimming from my balcony the previous day and probably thought, "That old pervert's asked to move rooms to be close to me." Ha! Why would an old man twice your age be interested in you, sweetheart? For the first night, I'd booked online, had paid 435,000 rupiah on Agoda, which is 19 quid or $26. A bargain! I love a bargain. The landlady said the new room was the same price. But then the following day, the husband came to me and said by paying him directly and not Agoda, I'd only need to pay 300,000 rupiah, which is 13 quid or $18. What? Where in the world does that ever happen, where guest house owners will drop the price 6 quid or $8 to give you a better deal? Unbelievable! An even bigger bargain.
Bagian pinggir bawah dah. Bagian Julali.
If you like what you're seeing here and want to stay connected with my travels in Indonesia and across the globe, I think you need to subscribe and click the notification bell. Thank you. I'm on a Gojek going to the gym with my driver.
Hello, sir. Thank you for coming to Bali.
What is your name?
Anom.
Pleased to meet you.
Nice.
The best way to travel around any country in Asia on a Gojek. Very affordable prices. As long as you don't get killed. Travel with 30 people on a bus. Oh, travelling from tourist spot to tourist spot. My idea of hell. So it's 50 rupiah per entry. There's plenty of whey protein shakes, all for reasonable prices. A lovely friendly lady. Waters, milks, Red Bull. There's a shop by the entrance as well for all your sporting attire. Then as you walk in, so it's now almost midday, there's nobody here. Absolutely brilliant. So this is the second floor. It's the same again. It's huge space, loads of equipment.
I wish I'd come up here. The equipment up here looks newer and better. I didn't realise. So I left the gym half an hour ago, and I've literally walked 2 kilometres looking for somewhere to eat. So apart from the warungs, where they've all got the food outside the front, offering you food. After that, there's the warungs, which I go to where I've had the chicken curry, which is brilliant, where you choose from a menu. Then you have the regular diners. Now, the regular diners in Ubud, how should I say? I use the word wanky, relative to pretentious. There's so many places here, restaurants that are upmarket, well, what I call upmarket, catering to the Instagram crowd. So that's all I'm finding in Ubud, just places which are more expensive to eat and are just Instagrammable. This is what I'm finding. There's not many places that you find in other backpackery destinations where there's an abundance of local regular diners, cheaper diners, where you pay like $2-3 for something to eat. So what I'm finding in Ubud is they're catering more for the $5, $6 market. Yeah, as I said the other day, the world has changed. Backpacking has become more luxurious. Even the hostels around the world now have better facilities. So the world has really changed, and it's really become quite superficial, I feel. A lady online had posted that she hated Ubud the first time she came here, and I can get that. I understand where she's coming from. The world has changed. I keep saying that. It's really, really busy here. It's really, really touristy. Really, the traffic is awful. Getting around, just crossing the road is just ridiculous. So yeah, the world has changed. So I can see why she hated it here. Yeah, I need to get out. I need to get outside of Ubud centre and see how it is outside, because at the moment it's just not a great environment to be. I love where I'm staying. Where my accommodation is amazing, and it's really weird how my accommodation is just off this high street, and it is really an oasis of beauty. Yeah, so I love that. And I've spent a lot of time in that environment on my balcony, and it is just lovely. But coming into the high street, yeah, it's not great so far. I don't think I'm going to find as good a deal as I can get at the place I've been to twice, where I had curry I am twice already, which was 55. That's why I've been there twice.
Just a quick reminder to please click the thumbs up button if you liked the video, or thumbs down button if you didn't. Obviously. Thank you.
So I stayed an extra 4 nights. I loved staying at that guest house. The daily chats with a lady who came to clean my room. I loved my bedroom, the balcony, being ignored every day by the beautiful blonde European girl, who I never saw swimming again, funnily enough. When I'm comfortable in my working environment, it doesn't really matter that I'm not in tune with what the town or city offers. I will often move on from a place when I've exhausted the eateries there, or feel that there's no more eating places suitable for my budget. I don't go to diners because they're known to have the best sausages in the world. Everybody will be there. I eat to live, not live to eat. As long as I eat a couple of times a day, I'm not really that bothered what I put in my mouth. Well, within reason. On many days in a row, I can eat the same meal. Actually, when I'm staying in India, I barely go wrong. Just order 20 vegetable curries at a different diner each day, and they'll all be totally different, and I'll be totally satisfied. In Ubud, however, after that delicious chicken curry with a thick gravy on the first night, I ordered again the same dish at a different place the following night, which was simply atrocious in comparison. So on the third night,
I returned to the first place I'd been to. As I said, I don't mind retracing my steps. Adventurous, huh?
So I'm all for trying new stuff. Baksu, mince and noodle. In a beefy gravy. Plus egg. Delicious. I wonder how long this offering will be there before a motorcycle rides over the top of it and flattens it. I'm at Warung Local, which is tucked down an alley off Monkey Forest Road. I have my usual. So Google Maps was brilliant. It located it immediately on Google Maps. So I have the usual chicken and noodle soup, plus an extra egg to go with the egg already on it. So this is like 40,000 rupiah, just under £2 for my brunch today. Bon appetit. Whoa! You're upsetting the dog. Don't upset the dog. I have banana pancake. It's Tuesday, it's just after 8:30 in the morning. I've been here 4 nights. I don't really like Ubud very much, but I do like this guest house. Very close to the main street, but it is like an oasis. It's very peaceful, very lovely. So that's the only reason I've stayed. I do like this guest house. The weather forecast is not great. This is the weather for the day. 80% chance of rain. But it's raining all day. It's going to rain all day. Well, it's raining for the next 24 hours. I probably won't be seeing very much of Ubud. It's 24 degrees and it does feel a bit fresh. Wherever I stay, I generally look for places where I'm going to feel comfortable working. That's what I do in most places I stay. I generally look for places where I'm going to feel comfortable. And this has worked out okay. I was told it came in 2 sizes, regular or jumbo. So naturally I had the jumbo, or she called it jumbo. So I finally found a place offering decent priced meals, which is literally a few minutes walk from my guest house. Came here last night and I'm just leaving Ubud and I'm just having a meal before I head back to the south. So this is my final meal in Ubud. Yeah, it's a decent place. I'll show you what I have. You won't be surprised to hear that I didn't take to Ubud. I've not spent much time in over-touristy places recently. The city centre in Ubud is oversaturated with tourists. Ubud is one of those must-see places on the Bali tourist trail and receives over 3 million visitors every year. Every 5 yards you come face to face with a foreigner. This wasn't even peak season, which is typically June to August and December to January. So imagine what it's like then. I don't feel comfortable with too many tourists around. The previous time I felt the same was throughout Vietnam, which is really backpacker central.
The Philippines is kind of off of that trail. Still visited, but not a must-visit place like Vietnam, Cambodia or Laos. In the Philippines, I felt that only Boracay and Alona Beach were saturated with tourists. But at least on those islands, you can escape to less touristy areas. In Ubud, going out for dinner in the evening was horrible. Everywhere was so crowded, people queuing up for restaurants, especially at the cheaper warungs where people were sharing tables. Like myself, there were many single travellers. You'd think I'd embrace that, want to engage with like-minded people. Not me! Leave me alone! Unless you're a beautiful 30-year-old blonde. They say the beauty of Ubud is in the places outside Ubud, visiting the rice terraces, although depending on what time you visit them, you'll end up sharing them with coachloads of tourists. Still, I did plan on visiting them. Was gonna get a Gojek motorbike to take me there and visit one of the temples nearby too. But then the rain came, with a vengeance. 16 people were killed across the island during the worst BALI floods for 10 years. The thoughts of traipsing through a muddy paddy field didn't really appeal to me. So I barely went anywhere in Ubud, apart from the gym twice, or out to eat, at the warung that served the delicious curry ayam twice. I doubt if I'll ever return to Ubud again. Ubud's gonna get busier and busier. Shame really. Good for the economy and people's livelihoods, but bad for the environment. During 2018, Boracay was closed for 6 months, and also this year in Thailand, a few of the islands were closed for a few months too, due to mass tourism. Saturated tourism is a problem throughout the world now, due to the impact of social media and everybody wanting to replicate that image on their own Insta page. I'm not a follower of crowds, just beautiful women. I'm not shallow, much. So long, Ubud. Over-tourism underwhelms me. It's not me, it's you. Another place ticked off of my places I don't want to die list. Remember, you only live once, people. Happy travels, everyone.
You've been watching Uncle, the man from Bigg World Cinema. Please like, subscribe and share with your friends.